ask visitors what they like about being here, people often say the quiet. And then we begin a conversation about, well, is it really quiet? There's actually a lot of natural sounds that are soothing and calming, and these natural sounds aren't really quiet. They're stimulating in a very positive way. When you start to tune in to the soundscape, you realize there's this other dimension to what we're experiencing when we're out here.
From the very first time that I took a microphone and a stereo recorder into the field, it completely changed my life. Every time I turn on my recorder and I go into the field, it doesn't matter what the habitat is, I discover something new. And I've been doing this now for almost 50 years. It's all magical and informative and engaging and life-affirming. And it gives us a sense of awareness of our connection to the living world. Every study that's been done indicates that even when we're unconscious of it, even when we deny it, that the stress levels, heart rate, blood pressure, all of those indicators are elevated when we're in the presence of noise.
When we live in cities, which most of us do, we have tuned out. We have to survive. We stop hearing sounds. So people come here and they only hear things in about a 10-foot radius around them, and they completely have to learn how to start hearing beyond. Maybe you don't know what it is. Maybe you don't know what it's telling you, but you have begun to recognize that there are a multitude of different sounds happening around you.
During the process of working with the National Park Service on the Soundscape program, my colleague Stuart Gage came up with the idea of trying to identify the sources of sound, the three components of the soundscape, one being the geophony, or the natural sounds that we hear that are non-biological, like wind in the trees or water in a stream.
When you come to Yosemite and you hear the waterfalls, it's all encompassing, this rage of water. Sometimes you come across a tiny little cascade that's just adding dimension to all of the sounds that you're hearing in the soundscape. We can hear birds singing right now. We get into the biophony. That's the biological sounds, so birds are singing. The ground squirrel is doing its terrestrial alarm call, letting you know somebody is coming by on the earth.
1, 2, 3!
They save a special category for humans, which we call anthropophony. All of the sounds that humans generate, like those which are controlled, like music and theater and language, and those that are not controlled, which we call noise.
You know, the idea that the soundscape is a value worth protecting is really a new idea in the Park Service. And how do we do that? So some people question the backing up beeping sound of a vehicle or the flyover traffic of a helicopter. What does the soundscape sound like in a healthy Yosemite landscape? It's important that visitors have an experience of the soundscape, and so it's great that we are making efforts to try to protect that experience that is very valuable to the visitor, even though they might not be thinking about it. But if they came and they didn't hear the bird songs, and they didn't hear the squirrels, and they didn't hear the water, there would be something missing.